All right, guys, welcome back to Lad's Garage. Don't mind the messy hair. If you go over to Trucking Diaries, you see me all messy hair all the time. Didn't think about putting a hat on, to tell you the truth. I can't wait to show you guys my car at the end of the video. But we're going to start doing wheel prep for the time being. So I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea what's going on is we're building a pinewood derby car. The car's hopefully going to resemble somewhat what we got for a real race car once I get it together. When? It's not a matter of if, it's when we get it together. So this year I ran into an issue where when you get your kit, it comes in a box like this. You get wrong side. You get 4 axles, 4 wheels, and a block in the kit. I guess they must have changed up molds or had some flaws in the molds this year or something. And a common issue that I've been seeing, firsthand, I experienced it where the wheels didn't quite slide into the axles like this here. Granted, these are old style wheels, but the axles wasn't quite sliding in all the way. And once you got them all the way in, the wheels didn't want to spin on it. So I'm like, I got a pack of roughly 20 kids. I can't have them not have cars rolling. So I got on the internet. I couldn't find anything on the forums that I'm on to fix the issue. So I got online and I'm like, well, you know what? I've been looking to cheat up a little bit more anyway. So I went through and I bought some more tools. So one of the first things I needed to buy was a Pro hub tool. Yes, I've already pulled them out. That's why the packaging is already modified. But this tool here has a square side, if I can get the camera to focus. And then on this side, you can kind of see in the light, it is a little beveled there. And it also comes with a little bit of sandpaper to work with. And I also got this little outer hub shaver. It says Pro. I guess it'll work. But you gotta have this to work with this, which is my first idea of making the flawed axles work. So this is the issue. As you can see, I got just to hold the axle. You can spin it, but the wheel don't spin freely. Compared to one of these, where I can twist it back and forth, and the wheel will spin. So I bought the tool hoping to be able to fix this issue. So what this tool actually states to do is to actually slide it into the wheel hub, which it snags right where it's at, and it says to firmly press it through and work it back and forth a few times. Which it seems to be doing a pretty decent little job. And with doing so, we actually freed the wheel up. It does come to a stop because it does have a lot of burrs, which I am going to try and use the outer wheel shaver, which I am using the wrong side of this tool to start with. Slide that on there. There you go. Now whenever I push this tool through here, it created some burrs. You can't really see them, but on the inside, by where the hole is, there's some burrs there, and that's what was causing the axle to suddenly stop. And I'm not going to get all crazy. This wheel's going on a car I built last year, and that's where it's going to stay. But so they say to run these in like so. and then spin it around 3 times. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and I don't know what they're considering a full lap there, but you can see we kind of ate it out a little bit. They say to do it a few times, so we're going to do it a couple times and see what we come up with. Axle goes in pretty good now. Wheel's still kind of snagging, but this axle hasn't been worked over, and other than just what you've seen me do right now is night and day difference. But I am going to show you, if you run into this issue like we're dealing with, there is another method that I've seen that actually works. Probably the pros won't agree with you, but so here we have troubled wheel number 2, not spinning. Or it does a little bit because I've played with it, but what one of our parents actually come up with is to take a drill. You're going to chuck the axle into the drill. It says you want to leave just a little bit enough room. And what I don't remember what he said was high or low speed, but I'm too ADHD to just do low speed, so. He says to work it back and forth a few times. And got a spinning wheel again. So, just a couple of methods to fix a solution to a problem, in case some of you watch this video and are running into issues that, like some of my parents and kids have run into, is things don't fit right. So, look, I showed you a couple different solutions. This one, it's going to cost you a little bit more money, probably about 40 bucks, 30, 40 bucks for this combination, the outer wheel shaver and the Pro Hub tool, versus you probably got a drill sitting around. You can, if you're not going to work your axles over a bunch, I don't see a reason why this wouldn't work with a low graphite. So, 2 of the wheels that I've actually got off of the Aston Martin car that I did last year, they are older style wheels. All 4 of them are the same. They're the, I don't know what generation or brand. Some of these guys are like, yeah, that's Mattel brand and this and that, and I don't really care, but I thought they just looked cool with the theme that I'm going with. And you guys, some of you might already be thinking on it if you watch my videos, but 2 of the wheels have already been prepped. All 4 axles I worked over last year, which I might put a little graphite on them, run them in on the drill, just to kind of get everything settled up. This wheel that I'm currently playing with, trying to keep everything together. But I've already ran the outer hub tool on it, but I want to get the inside. As you can see, these wheels are very square on the outside. Friction is your enemy in pinewood racing. You don't want friction. So what we're going to do is, like I said before, this tool has a flat side, which they say to use this first. And it also has a beveled side to round off the edge. So they recommend, as in with any time you do plastic work, that you wet sand everything. I can't remember if I might have did all 4 of these wheels. I can't quite remember. No, I don't think so. But we're gonna go through the whole rigmarole. But I guess I'll start with one of the wheels I've already done. But we're gonna do the inner hub, because I don't have to worry about doing the outside. So we're gonna go ahead and do the inner hub and get it squared away. Like I said, they say to penetrate sandpaper, like so. I don't know if that's right or not, but we're gonna dip it in some water here. Get it nice and wet. Rotate. Let's see what it says here. Test fit each wheel. Never did that. Dip in water. Place a wheel on a square end of the tool upside with one hand on the tool and sandpaper. Rock the other one back and forth about 10 seconds. So that's what we're going to do. Cone the wheels. Next. So that's what we're going to do. So I did about 20 seconds worth, and it's not an extreme change in it, but you can definitely see it is a lot more rounded compared to, say, this guy here. Rounded, square. All right, got that done. It says, repeat steps through two through 5 for each wheel. So we did that. But what I want to do on the next step is work the outer part of the hub, which first we're going to insert this little piece here, so I can get it in there. There it goes. It goes on just like so. Slides over this piece here. I recommend putting a little red cover piece back on the other end, because these are, it's hard to see in the picture, but these are basically punches. So they're beveled to cut through the sandpaper. So I have done one of these wheels a little bit, so they say to make 3 revolutions with the wheel, and you guys see me do the other one. So I'm gonna go through and do this one just like I did the other one. So as you can see, the center, maybe get it focused here, but the center of the wheel has actually gotten rounded out. So I'm gonna call this wheel, this wheel has already been worked over on the outer edge and everything. So just to compare them, this is a wheel that I haven't done anything to yet. Yeah, I don't think I have. And then this one, so you can kind of see, I'll flip them over. This one's a lot more square, this one's a lot more round. So on the outer edge of the wheel, I haven't done I've done the outside of this one, but no biggie. On the outer edge of these wheels, you can kind of see they got, if you look right on the edge here, it's rubbing along my finger, you'll see like a tread pattern. That's friction, and anything to do with friction and pinewood derby racing is a no-go. The idea is to reduce as much friction as possible. Yeah, weight placement and all that's very important, but friction is absolutely a killer in pinewood derby. And I'm going to throw out an example. One of our kids last year in my pack, he showed up, simple wedge car, called it the cheese. First run down the track, barely. Just barely. I don't even remember him crossing the line his first run. But I asked him and his parents, I said, did you guys put any graphite on your wheels? No, we didn't put any graphite on. So I went through real quick and I put some graphite on his wheels. I didn't get real crazy like I do with my cars. I just graphited the outside hub and the inside. Not only did he win that round, from that point on, he won the next round, next round, next round, and ended up the overall King of the Hill champion. Now, we don't have a huge pack down where I'm at. Like I said, I think we might have had, I think last year we had like 15 cars total. Kind of expecting probably about 20 this year, but we're not one of these big packs that have a crap load of kids in it. So, he went from probably the slowest car to being an overall champion And that is the importance of reducing friction. I'm going to a little more extreme than what most of the kids and parents are going to do, but that's just me because I'm a race car guy. I want to go fast. So let's go around on doing my wheels on the outside edge. I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to try to use a Dremel. I've never used Dremel before, but I have this mandrel. The wheel will set in. It's got this little screw piece that screws in. Well, don't really screw into the wheel, but it does screw into the top of this piece at the end of my Dremel. And like I said, I've never used a Dremel before, so that little screw in there. Flathead screwdriver. Run it in snug, not crazy. Close enough. Just like the inner hub, we're gonna wet a piece of sandpaper and I'm gonna run this thing as slow as it goes. Not pushing hard. Just kind of let her do her thing here. The thing that we're doing with doing this like this is reducing surface area. And we're going to do both sides too, just so you know. I'll work with it. We're going to use this and go to a finer sandpaper. So we're going to just put a little polish on a rag and work it back and forth and basically get the wheel nice and smooth. So the last stage of wheel work that I'm going to do is polishing the bore out. And I've never done this before either, but pretty much they got, I don't know what kind of polish they have in their kit, but it just says it's racing polish, and then more or less it's a pipe cleaner type piece in there. And it looks like they might have a mandrel in there to polish with too. So the instructions said to use a drill instead of a Dremel because I guess the speeds could get too high on the drill, but it says to add a little bit of their polish here to the pipe cleaner there, and spread the polish. And I don't know, they really don't give too many instructions after that, but I'm assuming you just drill down, and they want it on slow speed, so. Experts recommend polishing them the same direction that you're gonna run them in, pretty much, so. I don't know, maybe that's how I do it. Looks good to me. All four of my wheels are done. Axles are pretty well done too, because I did them last year. But all I did to finish them out, I put the axles in the drill with the wheel on them. Put some of this Hobby Lube dry lubricant with molybdenum. I just really put the axles in the drill after I graphited the wheels and ran it back and forth a few times. Well, ran them in the, I spun the axle in the direction that the wheel will be moving. So backwards of what the wheel would actually be moving, I guess. They're going to get graphited more, but that was just kind of a break-in cycle, I guess you could say. Everything I've showed you so far today, I have gotten from scoutshop.org, which is the official Scouting America gift shop, I guess you consider. I did buy a Pinewood Derby tool set. It's got all sorts of fun tools in there to cut your fingers off and sand them back down after you cut them and file them and all that. It's got a little coping saw, some sort of little sanding mechanism, and another little belt. Like I said, it's got a file on there. cheese grater more or less. Next year's car, I'm gonna get built with this. Thinking about it, really thinking about it. Straight hand-built car. That way if I do stomp everybody, I can say I built that by hand. But I know I promised you at the beginning of the video I was gonna show you the car. But I'm in the process of still clear coating it, so I can't just put it all together. I'm not ready to put it together yet. I don't want to put it together yet. And I'm hoping the gold wheels might have kind of gave you a hint. You guys can probably guess already. I don't know. All right, so here it is. Don't mind, I got a few little imperfections in the clear coat. And I'm not touching it, so here it is. As it sits, nothing back here. Like I said, I got a few little imperfections I need to probably buff out, but in case you guys didn't figure it out, I told you I was gonna hint to what we was doing with the real race car. And I think this thing just looks absolutely sick. I honestly thought it looked cool with just being a satin black, almost like a slightly gloss black, but that thing just looks awesome. Even went out, I mean, it's not exactly Trans Am. I really like it. Honestly, I made the vinyls for it, or off the Cricut, and put it together, and I just sat there and stared at it for like an hour, just amusement. I did have the wheels on it. You know, I haven't fully installed the wheels yet, and that's another process that I'll walk you guys through. But that thing looks sweet. So y'all, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and if you've got better ideas on how to do this pinewood thing than what I got, or what I'm putting out, or what I'm doing, feel free to comment down below, share links, I don't care. Prove me wrong. I'm trying to build a car that will outrun a Cub Scout with a Batman super glue to the top of it. So y'all stay safe out there. God bless you. We'll catch you later.